All right, so I built this template to help teachers that may have not received training on Google Sites or just has trouble with it or whatever. Um, I made this template to kind of walk them through setting up a Google site. So if you're watching this video, then you probably need a little bit of help with that. The first thing I want to do though is I want to kind of show you like what these tools over here are. And honestly, this whole menu down on the right side. So I'll show you this real quick as possible, and then after that, we'll kind of get into the page and what you're going to be able to do with it and stuff like that. So um, this menu over here is what I call the it's basically the page builder menu, and you got the insert, you got pages, and then you have themes, and this is where you can kind of change the look of your site. Right now, we're using the theme called Impression. If I click on the little paint can, I can actually change the color to something different I want, and then if I can't really zoom in on this version, but when I'm running this tool, but you can actually change it to a completely different color. You can give it one of the colors that you already have based on your school color, whatever you want to do there. Um, but under pages, this is where you would add a page if you want another link. My advice is keep it simple. You can just leave, have your landing page that parents or students are going to see. And then I've also added a link to the template for the Parent Help Center. And all this does is it takes them to the Perry County Parent Help Center, and then they would choose the school that they're at. So if we're doing it for Robinson, it would take you to the Robinson one, and then they can get any type of Robinson specific help that they wanted. But the main part that you'll work with if you want to kind of make this your own is the insert tab. You can insert a text box anywhere on the page. When I click it, you'll see here's the text box kind of pop up. We don't want to do that right now though. I can insert an image. I can upload it from my computer, or I can select an image, and I can even do that through Google. I can embed a video or a link to a page that we want them to be able to see. Also, people embed Google Docs this way. Like if you have a Google Doc you want everybody to see, you can embed the link to that Google Doc. And then you can just pull up something from Drive, whether it doesn't really matter what it is. You can just place it in on the website. These layouts kind of give you different ways that you could, edit things that are going to be looking at you're going to be looking at. Delete this too, and then you have probably never use collapsible text, but it is there. You can add buttons to your site. It doesn't really matter, what you call the button. I'm just going to call it training for now. Sorry, and then if you're putting the button up there, it's probably going to have a link to another page or another something. So you would have to put the link in there. But that's how you use this menu. It's kind of simple. My advice is to play around with it, see what you can come up with, um, and see how you actually want it to be. So anyway, let's look at the page now and how you can edit it and make your own. First off, this thing right here, you can call it whatever you want to. I'm Mr. Combs, so I can call it Mr. Combs Class. And I can click back up here and do the same thing. That way, when they're on the page, they're going to actually see that as the name of the page. So you can, change the title that you want, whatever you want it to be. If you don't, obviously you're probably not going to use this like little holder image. So you can change image of the banner by clicking change image, and you can upload from your computer or select an image just like you do over here. So I'm going to upload. Let me see what I've got on my computer here. I'm just going to put this in here for this video's purpose. This is one that we put on another website, but it's got a different logo. And if I preview it, that's what it's going to kind of look like. But if you put a picture in there that has text on it, you may not want to actually have the text uh, written, because it would probably kind of overlap and kind of look a little cruddy. So I wouldn't suggest doing that. So let me go back to this version now. This is the video that you're watching right now. So once you're finished with this, you can actually just delete this section, and the video will no longer be on your page when you publish it. But for now, we're going to leave it up there. So this is some instructions. Name your class anything you would like. You can click where it says class name and make it your own. I already showed you that. Afterward, delete this text box. Click on it, and then click to the trash can to the left. So you could delete this text box because it's basically just a text box for your instructions. Then we have, this is the way I kind of do mine. I give a class overview, and you can link your students' parents to your Google Classrooms. I did an example link here, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Example image, excuse me. And any other tool you use in class, whether it be iExcel or Odyssey or Accelerated Reader, whatever you want them to have a link to from your one-stop shop here, you can put it on there. Okay, so first off, I put this little Google Classroom image in there for you, but let me show you how I do it. These little boxes here, again, you can get stuff like this from Layouts, right? You can click it here, and then you can move it anywhere you want. You just hold it right here, and I can slide it up, and I can kind of put it, somewhere that I want it to be. But again, that's totally your call. But if you have a box like this, you got the little image option, same thing, upload, select image, and you can select it. I just got this image right off of Google. So all I did was I clicked this, select image, Google image search, and then I went to Google Classroom, and there you go. This is one of them that you could use, and I could insert it, and there it is again. So anyway, once you have the pictures in these boxes and you're happy with them, you can click on the picture. This is going to bring up a new menu, and then you can insert the link by clicking that, and you can just put the link to your specific Google Classroom, just Google Classroom. It's up to you. It's ever how you want to do it. But now let me go into preview mode. When I look at this preview, I can click that, and it's going to automatically take me to Google Classroom. So it's a working web page at that point, right? So let me close the preview mode now. So this section, I always use it for that. Now, if you do link them to your Google Classroom, my advice is to put your class codes underneath them. So if you insert a text box, you could, just kind of space it over, make it look as good as possible. Class code, and you may have multiple, so you may have to do this multiple times. You may even want to put like a fourth grade picture up there, just whatever you want to do. But, the Google Classroom codes are kind of funky. So I would put that class code there, and I would continue on with whatever I'm doing on the side. Let me delete this box, though. We don't need it anymore. This next picture is like in the example here that Google provides, which is what I'm using. It's got like a class picture. Be careful with that. You want to make sure you're not violating any privacy laws, that the students are on the media release, and you can use their picture. You can just delete this picture, and there's a little trash can when you click on it, and then you can add your own picture. I actually, on my website, and I'll show it to you, I kind of followed this template, really. I mean, I could make it more if I wanted to, but I just kind of followed the template in a way, and I kind of, made it my own there. And in that section, instead of a class picture, I just put a picture of the school. You don't even have to have that, though. That's just preference. If you don't want this section, you can delete it, and you don't even have to have it. So again, all up to you. Okay. Now you have an About Me section. Tell your students more about yourself. I kind of did that here. I just kind of told them, and this is really for the parents and the students, but, I told them where I got all my degrees from. I got a picture of me and my wife. So, that's just up there. You can do that ever how you want as well. It's totally up to you. Um, Now, I put most of my resources and my weekly agenda up here at the top. If they want to keep scrolling, they can. Down here, I just put a fun video of classroom rules starring the minions. So you can put resources here. This is kind of falling under the same line of what you're doing here. So, totally up to you. You may even want to use this one more than you would the one above because it's got more boxes and you're ready to go with it. So, again, you can kind of make this your own. I would suggest placing weekly agenda somewhere on the page. You can link to the school's help page, Infinite Campus, or anything else you wish that you think would benefit your students. So um, this template is kind of set up to where you can just kind of add your stuff and then make it published, right? So um, that is the goal, and that's the next couple things I want to show you before I end the video. And I'm just resetting this for the people that get it. But anyway, first off, when you're doing these sites, and you click on this little collaborator icon up here, um, down here where it says links, click on change, and the draft is what you see every time you work on it. But published site right now it just says Perry County School District. The problem with that is that when a parent clicks on your website link or they go to your website, if it's still set to Perry County School District, it's going to make them try to sign in. Well, they don't have a Perry County email, so it's not going to work. So you got to change it to public. That way, when you give out that link, anyone on the internet can access it if they have the link. After that, once you're finished and you're ready to roll, you think you're ready to put up your website, click on publish, and then it's always going to have this part right here. That part will always be there no matter how many times you do this. But the last part where it says class name now, you can call it whatever you want. And as long as it's not already taken, they'll give it to you. So Mr. Combs 2021 Robinson. I don't know. I mean, that's a crazy long address. I wouldn't really want to use it. But right here it says who can view my site? Anyone. All right. And then search settings, you don't really have to worry about that. But once you're finished, you go ahead and click publish, and that site is live on the internet at that point. So I hope this video helps get you set up with a class and a class page. If you have any questions, you can speak to your digital learning coach that's at your school, or you can email me, bryant.combs2@perry.kyschools.us. Thanks, guys.